advantage of it. I do have about 3,000 customers I service, but you know, I'm always up for you know, talking for 20-30 minutes and providing service. So you know, maybe every spring I come out, or maybe every summer and sharpen, and you know, maybe next time you cook a sweet barbecue meal or something like that, try what you got going.
Sure.
Misuse or abuse. So what this means is, if you have a dysfunctional family, which I don't think is taking place here, but some families are pretty crazy and they'll use a knife like, you know, as a weapon or a tool. So I don't think that's taking place here, but that you're covered with that. So what's nice is Cutco actually
be thrilled.
Yeah. So what's really unique is you know, the only way we'd ever charge you is if you actually wrote in, I ruined this knife because I opened a can of paint. And most people don't write that note, and even if they do, most of the time Cutco just sends you a new knife, so that's what's pretty sweet. And what's nice is you never need a receipt or a proof of purchase. Everything is backed by this forever guarantee, and as long as it's a Cutco product, you don't need to look up an invoice or a tracking, you know, voucher. As long as you got Cutco and you have a rep, or you live in somewhat of a populated area, you can get service, and people do like that. So to kind of bring everything to more of a finish, what they do every few years is come up with just new innovative ideas, and it's been about 7 years since your original appointment, and I do have 2 other appointments, so I won't make this long-winded, but if you'd be okay with it, just for just so you kind of can see what Cutco's doing with advancement. And I'm more of a consultant, so I'm not going to waste your time showing you something that I think you wouldn't use. But there's a few cool pieces that I think would definitely benefit you if you consider yourself more of a guy who preps the food. Is it okay if I just kind of run through those real quick for you?
Please. Absolutely.
And I know Tracy said you're open to that when I talk to you.
Sure.
Here's a few ideas for you, because right now you actually started off with something called our galley set. This is what most people start off with. It's actually a Consumer Digest Best Buy Award. I don't know if you remember what you paid, but it was about $700-800.
Probably.
And the reason why people start off with that is, one is a lot of the times the new reps, they only have a few samples. They don't really know everything about the product. They're just kind of trying to make ends meet and trying to make a few bucks and trying to build some experience and confidence. And a lot of people find themselves with this set, and that's awesome because it's a really great starter set. But there's a few cool knives that I think that you definitely benefit from, and if any of this does jump out at you, you actually are considered a preferred customer now, which basically means you already invested into it, so you don't have to pay full price. So anything that does catch your eye, you know, I do give the best deals in town, and usually it's about 20 to 30% off. The reason I share that with you is, we actually have 2 options, actually 3 options for you, where they actually would buy back your block and give you a discount on a bigger block, because a few of the knives wouldn't fit in here if you did like them, and you don't have to feel obligated to pay for a set full price. So there's 3 quick options I was just going to show you. One is the simplest. It's called the Homemaker. Basically with the Homemaker, they put you in a block about 1 inch wider than what you have. And what's unique about this one is you actually get a butcher knife or a barbecue knife, and this is actually one of my favorites. And what's cool about working with me is I can actually switch it out, because right now all you have is a chopping knife. So if you do actually have something with a thick skin or a rind or a bone or something that's frozen, you don't really want to use your chopping knife because it will dull it, and it's not really the right knife for the right job. I do like this one a lot. I call it the man knife or the barbecue knife, but you can kind of feel the weight behind it there. What's nice about that one is it has that Cutco serrated edge, so when you're cutting through a fine bone or a brisket or just a hamburger patties, it's not going to dull or wear down the edge. We have people just go crazy for that one. Pineapple, watermelon, cantaloupe. Is that stuff that you sometimes, once in a while, find yourself doing? So basically with this first option, what they would do is just give you 2 extra steak knives. You might even need 3 just in case we don't find that one. You actually have the choice of getting another fork, or you can put the shears actually in its own hole, because they're kind of combined here. And then what you actually don't have is like a carving knife. You have a bread knife. And this is one option, but I'll show you kind of the cooler stuff, because I like to show people the cool stuff. This is actually called a pinch, and we've been selling this one like crazy, because what's nice about it, once I find it in my bag of tricks here, is it's a cross between a roast knife and then a baguette bread knife. So what you have is a traditional one. Do you find yourself using this one sometimes if you ever... Okay. Buy a loaf of French bread or a baguette. So if you look at it, it's a little bit longer, and then the tip comes down to a point. So the reason why that's a big selling point is when you have any form of meat or food, there's that little extra string that you sometimes can't cut through. You basically will always catch it when you actually hit it with this point. So a lot of people like it. It does bow a little bit, so you can kind of carve. If you do actually a lot of delicate slicing or thin slicing, this is actually the one that you can actually switch it to, or it comes in the next size up. It's a really thin, flexible piece. Okay. So if you ever do like a corned beef or a roast or a fillet of fish, that's a thin slicer and that's a straight edge. Okay. So a lot of people who kind of do more cooking or more into the watching stuff on TV, they like that. So this is basically called your homemaker. What's nice about it is it actually comes with our forever board. Do you have a board like this somewhere?
I do.
Okay. Yeah. Is this what you pull out?
I have that exact one.
Cool.
Yeah.
What I found being a cook and I'm pursuing to be a chef. I don't have time to go to actually like L'Ecole Culinaire, but Top Chef has something online. It's Top Chef University, so you can watch all the videos, and it's like $100. So it's pretty cool. So I do a lot of cooking, kind of like you. I like this a lot because it has a juice groove around it, so it's twice as big as this. It's all dishwasher safe, guaranteed forever. I would say that would definitely be something that makes sense. So the next option is just a little bit bigger. So what they would do is they would actually add this. And I know you said Tracy's not really the biggest cook, but does she ever pull out a knife and help out, or is it literally seldom and pretty rare?
It's pretty rare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for you then...
Maybe the paring knife.
Okay, so maybe like a little mild paring knife. This is something that I definitely want you to try out, because if you do like that big 9-inch chef, you're going to really love this one. You ever see this style called the Santuco?
Sure.
Okay. What's nice about that, and I do come prepared, so I have a piece of celery you can try it on, that it's a nice handy size if you're going to do like dice up an onion or just chop up some garlic. What's really popular about it is just that style in general is called the Santuco. So there is a bigger version of that too, so you might like that if your hand feels a little bit bigger for it. But these are my two favorite knives.
You got a towel?
Yeah, I actually have a rag. I'll wipe it down with you. Is that more your domain there?
Yeah.
And I know it's been, like I said, 7 years, but have you ever thought of a second chef knife or a cool utility knife, or has that ever been brought up in conversation?
I don't know. We've really talked about it. I mean, these are cool. If it was up to me, shit, I'd buy them all. Yeah, I mean, I like this one a lot.
Cool. Well, we're doing some sweet Father's Day specials, so maybe we could justify an awesome deal for you. But yeah, at the end I'll do a quick little wish list and show you some awesome prices and specials, so potentially help you get something today. This is our best seller, so I hope you're ready for it. This is an easy one to fall in love with because it's just so versatile. Are you on a set schedule, or are you okay kind of me showing you
No,
this?
it's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel...
No, not at all.
You have to listen to me. This is our forever knife, okay? What's nice about it is it's the forever cheese knife. What they did is they took the one that unfortunately you lost, and I'll show you a cool one, and they made one twice as sharp, but they put the holes in it so stuff doesn't stick to the edge. So you try first on the cheese. So all you have to do is just kind of push straight down, make a thin slice. And we actually do all the home shows, so we sell that thing like crazy because the cheese just, I mean, it just falls off like butter.
I see.
And then, if you're actually going to cut tomatoes, try it here on the grape. You're going to actually see, it's going to give you some really, really thin slices, even as thin as contact lenses. And you can literally just drag it through or push straight down. And that'll hold its edge for a good 7 to 10 years before you ever need it sharpened. It's not even smashed on the grape, so is that pretty sweet?
It is, and because my knives are like tomato smashed. Bad, before you sharpen them, I'm sure.
Well, to be honest, Cutco is the best in class for cutlery, but you don't really have a tomato utility knife because obviously the one got lost.
Yeah, and that was it.
Yeah, so you might have been using something that like maybe this one or whatever you can get your hands on.
We get bad tomatoes too.
Yeah. Is there any farmers markets or anything that sells?
There are. Yeah, just. August. That's like the good month.
So I would say at a bare minimum, this is what I would love to see you, just kind of complete your kitchen with for a few reasons. Is because it does house 10 steak knives. So what they do is they give you a deal on a few extra. Because if you have people over, or if you just are using them or they're in the wash, 6 or potentially 5 is not always enough. It does have a spot for the shears, and then it comes with kind of those 3 new ones that are really, really popular. And then what they'll do is they'll actually replace your trimmer, or they'll actually give you the new version of it, which I do like more.
Now, that's the one I lost, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is I could show you the one you lost, but that's a new version of it.